Vladimir Putin is fighting back after Ukraine fired British and American missiles into Russia.
Пожалуйста.
First lowering the threshold to use nuclear weapons, then testing a new hypersonic missile on Ukraine and signalling that British and American bases could be targeted.
There are no countermeasures to such missiles, no means of intercepting them in the world today. And I will emphasise once again that we will continue testing this new system.
A former top advisor at Britain's Ministry of Defence called the Russian hostility desperate, but dangerous.
We should be taking it seriously. It's not a case of being scared, but actually being prepared.
What sort of steps would you like to see the UK and other NATO allies taking to signal back to Russia that they're ready, they're prepared for any kind of attack?
Britain and France and the United States have nuclear capabilities. They have a vast armed force which completely dwarfs, across NATO, completely dwarfs the Russian armed forces. So that needs to be communicated. But I say that needs to be backed with physical actions, large-scale exercises or physical preparations.
The new threats from the Kremlin aren't a surprise, but they surely mean that British military bases and even warships here and overseas are at greater risk. Officials at the Ministry of Defence will likely be relying on the fact that the UK is a nuclear power and a member of the NATO alliance to deter any such attacks. But what if they're wrong?
A Russian strike against a British target could trigger Article 5 of the NATO treaty, in which an attack on one ally is regarded as an attack on all. That could mean war with Moscow. Little wonder NATO members are worried.
Events of the last few hours show that the risk is serious and real when it comes to a global conflict.
It
means that we have to be careful with a country like Russia, which is different from us. It basically places itself in the world and builds its policy on military strength.
Britain's Prime Minister held a call with the Secretary-General of NATO on Friday, a sign perhaps of the gravity of the crisis and the need for allies to stand firm. Deborah Haynes, Sky News.